This is episode 247 of How About That Cigar, recorded live at the Corona Cigar Studio. On this episode, we talk to Ray and Joe about Cigar Clowns and much more. Please take a minute to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. Now on with the show.
Corona Cigar Company is your one-stop shop for all your cigar needs. Whether that's a brand new humidor, a box of those new cigars you've been waiting for, a top-of-the-line cutter or lighter, a place to enjoy the finest cigars and spirits with friends, or the only cigars grown right here in the Sunshine State, we've got you covered. Come visit one of our retail locations for the ultimate cigar experience. Visit us online at coronacigar.com.
How about that cigar?
Well, how about that cigar?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Corona Cigar Studios for episode 247 of How About That Cigar Live. Thank you so much for joining us live on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Instagram. And for our audio podcast listeners, thanks so much for joining us on your favorite audio podcast platform. Take just a minute, if you would, please, on all of those beautiful channels. Subscribe. Click on the subscribe button. Click on the like button. Click on the follow button. Click on all the buttons.
We appreciate it.
We
thank you very much for
appreciate it. And a reminder, if you are watching on Instagram, if you want to join in the conversation, if you have questions for our guests, if you have questions for us, if you want to let us know what you're smoking and drinking in the comments, which everybody should be doing, join us over on Facebook and YouTube, because Instagram comments are not visible through our stream provider. So join us on Facebook and YouTube so we can see what you have to say. Thank you so much for being with us this evening, as always. Justin, I think we need to say hi to you, brother, because I can't take another second without a little Justin in my life.
Little Justy smoke in your life?
Yeah, I need it.
How's it going?
I need it. It's good.
Putting out fires, I heard.
Yeah. My house caught on fire on Friday, but it didn't burn down, and the damage was very minimal, and everybody's safe and nobody got hurt.
Yeah.
And the graduation party went off with a bang.
Graduation party went off with a bang. So yeah, my daughter's graduation party.
Now we have to build you a little concrete thing away from the house so you could smoke your meat.
Yeah. Away from the house.
Away from the house.
Yeah. But it's just not as convenient. You know, just walk out on the deck.
Neither is burning down your house.
That's a good, okay. Point taken.
Might want to listen to the firefighter.
I know. Yeah. You got it.
So let's talk about sports. Let's talk about those Minnesota Twins.
Go ahead and gloat about your Yankees sweeping the Twins for the second series this season.
They barely scored 4 runs in 6 games. It's ridiculous how much we dominate you.
You are not wrong. The Twins suck against the Yankees.
Yeah, last year my phone was blowing up all the time because I think we split 3-3 or 4-2, whatever.
No, last year the Twins won the season series.
Yeah, so it's
for the first time in like 20 years.
4-2, and these mother flowers text me nonstop. Now, I didn't gloat. I simply put a broom on my Facebook page, and you all knew what that meant.
Yeah. The Twins just are super hot and cold this year, and unfortunately have been ice cold against the Yankees.
The Yankees.
The Yankees are legit right now, and Twins are still right in the middle of the road.
See, but for us Yankee fans, we're gonna have a couple on here soon. Just being in first place and just winning the division is not good enough. If we don't win a championship, it ain't worth a shit.
I know. I agree. And that's really true for any team in any sport in any league. There's no. I mean,
sometimes you Twins fans are just so happy to make the playoffs.
Well,
and then get spanked by the Yankees.
You take little incremental improvements, is what I'm saying. So you're happy about the incremental improvements, but at the end of the season, if you don't come home with the championship, is it a successful season?
So
no, I don't think it is.
Well, let's go to the Timberwolves.
Okay.
This was a successful year for them. They made it to the championship.
It was a building year. It was a good step up for them, but was it a successful season?
I think it was,
because they're not in the NBA finals.
Minnesota hasn't had a championship since '91. In any sport.
You're right.
Men's sport.
They've never had They've never had a Super Bowl championship. They've never had an NBA championship. They've never had a
hockey. Did they ever have a hockey?
the North Stars never won the They won the Dallas Stars won the Stanley Cup like 5 years after they moved to Dallas. Wild have never won a Stanley Cup. So, but yeah, I still, I'm not to be negative, but I'm saying it's you can take positive things out of a season like the Timberwolves had and like the Twins have had in the last few years, where they're making little incremental improvements. But at the end of the season, it's just like the Brad Pitt says in Moneyball, if you lose the last game of the season, nobody gives a shit. So I'm okay with that.
I'm just
philosophy.
saying, Yankees fans are hold our team to a higher standard.
Well, I mean, it's the best dynasty in the history of baseball. So
let's talk about the city I hate,
Boston. So the Celtics are up 2-0 in the NBA finals. I don't see Dallas winning a game. I think Celtics are going to sweep. I've honestly said that since I think a couple months before the playoffs even started, that Dallas is going to, Boston's going to just kill anybody that gets in their way. They've been dominant all season, and they're continuing that now. And in the NHL, I think Florida's going to sweep too. But it's looking like it. So they're up 1-0 over Edmonton, and it's looking like they're shaping up to win game 2. I'd love to see Edmonton win just because I love seeing a Canadian team win the Stanley Cup, but who knows what's going to happen. Let's jump into tonight's Spirit of Mystery, brought to us by Postania Cigars. Do you find yourself unsatisfied with the top 10 cigar list from How About That Cigar? Are you wondering how cigars from Postania didn't make the HBTC list but found their way onto other lists? Well, fortunately, you can be reminded every week with this Postania Cigars advertisement. Postania Cigars, the #1 unranked cigar in the industry. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this evening, Spirit of Mystery, Raul tells me this is a bourbon. It's an 18-year-old bourbon. And it's got a nice aroma. It's got a really dark, rich color to it. It's really viscous in the glass. It's got a nice aroma, although I will say the aroma is really heavy on kind of that classic sweet corn kind of thing that I got in the glass right now. But it's not a bad thing. It's just taste it a little on the one note kind of side on the aroma. How good it is. Should I taste it? I'll taste it. Oh, that's good. Hey, that is pretty good. Yeah. Oh, it tastes. You said it's 90 proof. Yeah. It seems actually it drinks a little higher than 90 proof. It seems a little hotter than 90, but it's still. That's what my wife says about me. I'm a little hotter than this guy. So Ray looks bored as shit. So does Joe. Yeah, I think we need to liven them up a little bit. We need to get them in here. Yeah, we need to liven them up a little bit. Guys, let's get our special guests onto the show. And on How About That Cigar Live, that special guests are brought to us by our friends at Drew Estate. Following the resounding success of Blackened Cigars M81 Maduro, Drew Estate announced the new Blackened S84 Shade to Black, wrapped in a luxurious Connecticut Ecuador cover leaf. The experience of this expression is distinctly different from the original M81 Maduro, while still retaining its foundational qualities due to the Connecticut broadleaf Maduro binder and filler leaves from Pennsylvania and Nicaragua. Presented in elegantly designed 20-count boxes, Blackened S84 Shade to Black by Drew Estate is available in a Robusto, Toro, Corona Doble, and Corona. For more information, please visit drewestate.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you would please put your hands together and help us welcome to episode 247 of How About That Cigar Live, the Cigar Clowns, Ray and Joe. Brothers, welcome to the show.
What's going on? Thanks for having us on.
So nice to have a couple of Yankees fans on here. Always stuck with these Twins.
It's a pleasure. Hey, listen, you moved to Minnesota. That's your fault.
Oh, yeah. I got shipped to Minnesota. No one moves here.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a valid point. I was just thinking to myself while you guys were talking about sports, I'm like, Minnesota, as far as the state is concerned, doesn't really have many accomplishments as far as championships are concerned. That's not me being greedy, being a New Yorker, because I've been able to see 6 World Series and the Yankees win 5 of them. and it's been 15 years since we've won a World Series. Rangers in '94. Knicks is I'd never seen the Knicks because I'm too young for the Knicks, and the Giants in 2011. But yeah, the Minnesota Wild. You guys have the worst logo in sports. I think it's really bad.
I don't
really
I don't
bad.
mind it. I don't mind the Wild logo.
It needs to be more masculine. Matt.
I like the throwback jerseys better, even though Minnesota Wild don't have like throwback, but if you imagine the Minnesota Wild back in the 50s and 60s, you can see them wearing that jersey. I like the old timey jersey better than the one with the logo on it.
I liked a lot of the old school jerseys too, like the Nordiques or the Hartford Whalers, like those old school throwback uniforms, or even the Colorado Avalanche uniforms. Yeah, I mean when they're skating around with no helmets, the only guy who's wearing a helmet, or he's not even wearing a helmet, he's just wearing a face protector. Is the right. There was an article, actually, speaking about hockey, there was an article yesterday that I read that, or it might have even been this morning, I don't remember, that the Ducks are finally retiring that horrible D-webbed shaped friggin' logo, and they're they're reinventing their old school logo with the hockey mask, but they're keeping the orange and the black.
Yeah, that logo, in my opinion, the one you were mentioning that's ugly, that is the worst logo in professional sports.
I mean, I was only kidding about the Minnesota Wild. The worst logo in sports, which they're not even a team anymore. I think they have 2 years to figure it out with the Phoenix Coyotes. That was a brutal, terrible uniform. Yeah, it was like a bad Christmas sweater.
I think an 8th grader drew it.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
Joe, how you doing?
Living the dream, baby. Living the dream.
Hey, Joe, just real quick, can you turn your camera the other way so it's wider? Sweet.
Oh yeah, sure.
There we go, brother.
There we go.
You're so much more handsome that way. My God.
Am I?
I was
I'm
a
trying to
female.
make you look good,
All right.
Good to go.
It's fantastic.
My man.
Beautiful.
Get this set up. Nice. How you doing?
So
beautiful.
Let's go around the room and find out what everybody is smoking. Joe, let's start with you.
Yeah, I'm smoking the Geppetto. That's Cigar Clowns, baby. Let's go.
Very nice. Ray, what about you?
I'm smoking our resized King of Clowns, which you can't see because of the background drop.
Nice.
I am smoking the Ron.
Old school.
Yeah, go to me. Right here.
Right.
There you go. Go to you.
There you go.
Ooh.
And it's not even Throwback Tuesday.
All right.
Oh.
Justin, what do you got?
I also have the same thing as Ray.
Uh-huh.
The King of the Clowns, right? Is that what we got?
Yeah, King of Clowns. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm firing up right now as well.
Nice.
So and as a matter of fact, I'm gonna fire that up. I almost said the old name. I'm going to fire that up on the Zycar Toast Cam. Zycar, the leading accessory brand with innovative butane lighters, cutting instruments, and travel cases and humidors. Each product is designed and manufactured with the utmost precision and attention to detail. The result is a range of products that exude quality and refinement, reflecting the brand's dedication to excellence. For more information, please visit Zycar.com. And that is a quality toast job right there.
Sorry, guys. We got to pay the bills.
Yeah, listen. You got to do what you got to do, bud.
You guys are doing all right.
So which one do you guys want to start and tell us how you got into business? First of all, how'd you guys become friends and become partners? Either one of you.
Joe, this is my toss-up. I got to toss up all the time. How do we? So I know Joe. God, shit. What's it been now, Joe? Over 25 years?
Yeah, it's a long
probably.
time. Yeah.
So myself, we started the brand as 6 individuals prior to us becoming an actual full-scale brand. We kind of just used to kind of hang out, and we're all big consumers and cigar guys. And myself, our partner Nikki, who's no longer with us, and Joe, I know from the neighborhood growing up in Bensonhurst, and me and Nikki used to work together, and I know Joe from the neighborhood, from people and stuff like that. So we've been smoking cigars for over 25 plus years. And then our other three partners that came in, our friend Bart is a mutual friend of Nick. And then Danny, who's still with us, is a mutual friend of mine, who I tell everybody I wanted my divorce as from the other side. I got with him. So he's one of our business partners, I should say. And our buddy Murph, who I work with in my real day-to-day job. And we started the brand during COVID. We did a release of a cigar back in 2018 as like a little Facebook group thing, just to kind of do something for friends and family. And then we kind of let it, sit for a while, and then COVID hit, and we discussed about potentially doing something. And then one night, we all are blue collar guys and work our everyday jobs and stuff like that. And it's kind of when Google Duo was in its infancy, because we weren't really using the Zoom at the times. Every time we would come, because we were still working through the pandemic, and we would come home and we would do this every night. We would kind of just sit around and hang out and smoke cigars. There was no sports. We were on lockdown, and we through the years of going to a lot of events, and because we were lounge lizards for a very long time, and we would go to a lot of events like the Drew Estates Barn Smokers. We would go to all the time, and we would go to a Cigar Fest every year, and we made a lot of connections with people that we knew in the industry from being fans of specific brands. So we had a lot of connections. So we reached out to a couple of people in the industry, and we found a factory that had some cigars down in Nicaragua that were kind of sitting there that somebody had done, and when the blend wasn't right, they had about a run of 500. And like, let's take them, let's see what they're about. And they shipped them to us. We enjoyed them. Said, let's put out a cigar. And we did that, and we had a little Facebook group at the time. We didn't even have Instagram at the time, and we kind of friends and family. It was in the summertime. People loved it. Like, oh, you guys should make another one. It was great. Whatever, blah blah blah. And so we were like, maybe it's cool. It's kind of cool. Then we started to kind of take it a little bit seriously. And I mean, the short story of as of now, from 2020 until now of 2024, what are we at now, Joe? 33. With the 33 releases, with 34 coming out in sometime in the middle of the summertime this year. That's where we're at as far as the cigars that we've released. We kind of followed the format of, we went from finding cigars, and then we went through a phase of, getting a distributor that was distributing our stuff and kind of took notice of us. And then we started to kind of do our own thing with, over the past, Joe, 2 years now, 2.5 years, as far as, the blending process. And we've made a lot of connections in the industry, and we've had a lot of mentors and a lot of help in the industry as far as, believing in what we do and what we bring to the table. And we're going into our 34th release with working with some of the best minds and some of the best factories in the industry. And, that's where we're at to date. That's the short version of where we're at. I mean, we've been through ups and downs like any brand, but we're still here, we're still pushing, and we're still trying to put out the product for the people, because we consider ourselves to be a brand of the people at the end of the day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Just to chime in just a little bit about COVID. Me and Ray, after work, New York City was locked down, man. You couldn't do nothing. We used to have this spot that was great cigar lounge, and used to it was like the 1930s, man. You had to know a guy to get in there, and then the curtain would open.
The people.
You go in, you have to go up the stairs, and oh man,
got to know the password.
Yeah, it was
yeah,
great.
man.
It was great.
So a true speakeasy.
Yeah,
for real, during COVID, underground shit, no
COVID,
bullshit.
Man. It was
a
great lounge, man.
Yeah,
we had a couple of cigar pieces there.
Yeah,
it was good. It was a good place, man.
So I got to know, in the world of premium cigars, for people who don't smoke cigars, they don't realize how big the industry is. There's so many different brands and different names of brands and different names of cigars and that kind of thing. I got to know the origins of the Cigar Clowns. How did that all come into being, and where's the name come from?
That's I guess I'm jumping into this too again, Joe. This is me. I'm on the spotlight.
Bro. This is you. This is you. This is actually this is my bread and butter. So yeah.
So funny story. So as many people who know me in my personal life, I'm a big fan of mob history and mob nostalgia. So I'm a big fan of like the mob movies, Goodfellas, Bronx Tale, Casino, Sopranos, all that stuff. So we would, back in the day, early on, myself, Joe, and Nick would hang out in Nick's garage in Staten Island in the backyard, and he would smoke. Like he would call you up and be like, hey, his little saying was, what are you putting in your mouth on Friday nights? Oh, cigar. You want to come over and have a cigar Friday night and hang out? Yeah, we hang out, have a couple of drinks, hang out. So we would hang out outside of his garage. We'd smoke cigars and we'd hang out. And one night, Nicky was being a pain in the ass as usual. And I turned around. I said to him, I'm like, oh, what am I, a fucking clown? What am I here to amuse you? I quoted Goodfellas. I quoted Joe Pesci from Goodfellas. He goes, that's great. He goes, yeah, we're a bunch of clowns. We're a bunch of cigar clowns. So that's where the name kind of came from. You're going back, 2017, Joe? 2016, maybe at that point when we were just kind of hang out. Like, yeah, that's, we should call ourselves our group, a little group that we have. We should call ourselves, we're a bunch of cigar clowns from Brooklyn. So, and then we kind of fell in love. Our original logo, which I actually have, I don't know if you're going to catch it with the background. Our original logo that we have, we paid tribute to, being from New York, and it's so nostalgic, is the Coney Island clown, which is the Tilly clown from Coney Island. Mm-hmm. So that was our original clown. But when we kind of started to, go down the lines of, figuring out, we didn't want to run into any legality, and we didn't know what the whole, what's the word, Joe? What
trademarks
the trademarks were and stuff like that for it. So we kind of didn't want to go down that path, being a small up and coming company. So we decided to kind of do our research and come up with our own original logo, and that's the logo that we currently have today, which is behind us. And we get a lot of I think we've got a lot of brand recognition with the logo. A lot of people know it. People say, oh yeah, I know that brand. I've seen that brand before. The logo's cool. This is blah blah blah. So we wanted to kind of form our own identity as much as we wanted to pay nostalgia to where we're from, because a lot of the things that we've done in our brand history is kind of pay nostalgia to where we're from and what we're about. And even we've kind of gone on the journey of highlighting some old school clowns that aren't really well known, and then we've done some historic clowns, and we've done some clowns that kind of pay homage to where we're from New York and stuff like that. And even the AVB that we put out as a Halloween stick the first year that we did a Halloween stick, which is the Abraham Van Brunt, which is a homage to the name of the actual headless horseman. Sleepy Hollow's not too far from us, so it's a New York thing. So we kind of bounced around with kind of paying homage to where we're from and what we represent as a New York based brand, and we've gotten a lot of great feedback from a lot of the artwork that we've put out and stuff like that, and especially with the logo. But we wanted to kind of form our own identity, so that's why we kind of went the route of not using the Tilly clown. We didn't want to run into any legality.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
My one of my favorite logos you have is the Blondie. She's smoking.
Goldie Grace.
Goldie Grace is, yeah, man. She's that. She's good. She's good.
Yeah, I might have to get that tattooed on me.
Cigars Against Trafficking. That's it, man. That was a great collaboration project. We raised a lot of money and awareness, against human trafficking. Great cause, great cigar. The feedback on the cigar is unbelievable. It might be a full production stick. It was a limited release. We made under 20,000 of them. We did Lanceros and a Corona Gorda. And they just hit. The cigars just hit. The artwork Ray did unbelievable, and working with another small brand is great, man. Because we're not boutique, we're craft, right? We're real small. Like you guys said before, the industry is huge. We are a little freaking tadpole in a pond, and we're just trying to get our cigars, like Ray touched on before. We're cigar consumers first.
Yeah,
we like to smoke cigars. I like a lot of transitions. I think Ray likes a lot of transitions. I don't want to be bored when I'm smoking a cigar. I don't smoke the same cigar every day. I smoke a lot of cigars. I'm probably like you gentlemen. I don't know, but I'm like 5 cigars a day. So I like to see what's out there.
Yeah.
The one interesting aspect that I can say as being a brand owner is being able to kind of sample and, now being able to blend our own stuff. It's been a unique experience as far as opening up even my palate. I mean, I've been smoking for a very long time, but kind of understanding the nuances and kind of getting the flavor profiles and kind of, listen, I can't sit there and break down to you and say it tastes like the forest floor or it tastes like the sap on a tree. I can't do all that, but I know what I think our formula works for what we bring to the table as far as what we present to the public and what we put out to our fan base and what we put out to the consumers. We kind of know what the palate is and what we kind of generate as far as what people like. And I think we've been pretty consistent, and that's not me talking shit. I think we've been pretty consistent in what we brought to the table as far as product is concerned. And we go through a rigorous process. I mean, there have been times, and Joe could attest to this, we can go through a lull of 11 or 12 different type of blends that this doesn't work. This needs to be changed. The size needs to be changed. We will. There was one of the projects that we did, which was the Kiss the Ring project that we did. That we were looking to do a small ring gauge, but we ended up tasting it in a 6x60, or was it a 6.5 by 60, Joe?
6.5 by 60. Yeah.
6 by half by 60, and we ended up falling in love with them. What we were going to do with that project originally is we were going to make it our friends and family sticker. And what I mean by that is we were going to, when we go to lounges, we go to events, and we see people, like we hung out with you guys at PCA. That's something that we hand to you that you can't buy in the store. That's like our personal stuff. But we decided it was such a good stick, and we had a decent amount of the tobacco available, that we wanted to put it out as a project because it was so good, and we wanted people to enjoy. We've done that with a couple of our projects that we've brought to the table, like the Scaramouche is another one that we did. It was a very small size. It was a thick size type of size. It was a very small run, and it was kind of like first come, first serve. There was a lot of FOMO behind it because we wanted to get the product out there, because we thought it was so good that we didn't want to just kind of be selfish to ourselves and like, oh, we're just going to keep this for ourselves and not put this out to market, even though it's a limited amount. It might cause a little bit of drama, but we had a little bit of feedback, like, oh, I couldn't get my hands on it, this and that. I was, listen, we anytime we release something, it's well known, and we put it out there multiple times, weeks in advance. We tease, we let release dates, we constantly put updates on our page. Like I said, I think we built a pretty good core fan base. But I mean, as far as the cigars, for me personally, and I know Joe can attest to this too, I think it's even opened up my palate as far as like liquors, wine, food, anything. It's made me appreciate things so much more as far as like that's concerned. And I've said this too before, like even with the artwork, I do a lot of the artwork for the brand as far as the bands and stickers and stuff like that. I think I touched on something that I didn't know that I had in me personally. And this is talking about me personally, that I didn't know that I had the capability to do this. It was locked inside of me. And if I was never a cigar brand owner or was in the business, I probably would have never even been able to know that about myself. So it kind of brought a creativity out of me that I love. And Joe knows, Ray, we need to come up with a band concept. Boom, I'm on. I'm sitting here. I'm doing research. I'm spending hours doing this. I'm tweaking that. I'm using this app for this and pulling this. And it's something that it's one of the things of the aspects of the business that I enjoy doing, and I like bringing it to them. What do you think about this? Should I change that? What do you think about this? Color that. So it's for me, it's been a really positive experience over the past 4 years.
Nice, Joe. I did some research on you guys, and Joe hit it earlier. He talked about the charities. It seems like every other cigar has a charity behind it. Can you talk about some of your charities you guys are involved in?
We work with a couple different. Yeah, take a break.
I get the break. Thanks. I'm gonna drink a bit.
The latest charity we've been working with is Stogies for Servicemen. Great cause. I don't know if you guys know Sean, but he's a one-man show. He actually sends cigars to your loved ones that are serving in the military or border agent, or and he'll make sure that the cigars that he gets in are going to the people so they're not just random dropping them to different posts. He has a long list, and great guy. Yeah, we enjoy working and giving back, right? Because the industry, listen, it's not about making money. You're not in the cigar industry to get rich. I mean, some people might be, but we're in about it for the love of the leaf, the camaraderie, talking to people, meeting new people. That's why when we work with on the Goldie Grace project, we created this whole new concept for Cigars Against Trafficking, and it's going to be a yearly, a different cigar every year to raise money for trafficking. Who else have we worked with recently? We work with Cigar Mafia, and they're big with the Southeastern Guide Dogs, which is another veteran organization. Not veteran organization, but they do the guide dogs for the vets. That's a great cause, man. It's a great cause, and there's a lot of them, man. We like to give back. We're blessed. Like Ray was saying, we got our jobs and we do this for fun. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a great business, man. There's no other business that's so fulfilling as being in the cigar industry, man. I can walk into any shop. I can walk in as a consumer, nobody knows me. And I could sit there and I could talk to anybody about anything. Yeah. I could tell them what my problems are. You could tell me what your problems are. At the end of the day, we're listening to each other. We're smoking a cigar. I might have walked past you on the street and just like nothing. But when we're sitting in a lounge, man, there's no you don't talk politics, but there's everybody gets along.
Yeah.
Everybody gets along. Which
Yeah, I
is
mean, and just to
is a
kind of
great
even
thing.
just kind of follow up on what Joe was saying, like even for us, we kind of made it our mission statement when we started this, 4 years ago, that we come from humble beginnings and we're very humbled by the people who have helped us along the way, the mentorships that we've gotten and everything else. And we have no issue giving back and wanting to give back, whether it's a small organization, a big organization, where we're all about giving back, because at the end of the day, if we didn't have the mentorship that we had and the people that have helped us along the way and kind of pointed us in the right direction and have kind of supported us since day one, we wouldn't be in the position that we're in. So we kind of made a statement, to ourselves early on that we would never forget where we came from. And again, it's humble beginnings, starting off with, during taking a really horrible situation of the pandemic and kind of turning it into a positive and trying to, bring people together in the cigar industry at a time where the world was kind of in a shitty place, and it's still kind of in a shitty place. But if you can sit down in your local lounge and smoke our cigars and hang out with us, and we're very approachable. I handle all the social media aspects as far as the Cigar Clowns are concerned. Any messages, DMs, anything that's sent out, I return, I repost. Like any questions that are asked of us, I point whoever in the right direction in which needs to post, or I talk to my partners and say, how can we take care of this situation if there's an issue? We're very people forward, and we're very proud about that, and we kind of puff our chest up in a way, like not a being cocky, but being confident that we know what we bring to the table every day, and we're proud of what we do, and we're proud of what we bring to the bring to the public.
Just circling back, we gave the largest donation the Toys for Tots on Staten Island, part of New York City, ever received, and that was through our roadies, the 4 core guys. They were doing fundraisers, and just a great thing, man. So it's a great thing, man. It really is.
One of the like mantras that we repeat a lot on How About That Cigar is that cigar people are the best people. I mean, there's so many, and you guys included, there's so many people in cigars that are giving back to charities, helping causes that need help. Even Dax, we got here in the, a friend of ours in the studio tonight. He's a social media manager and helps out a lot with cigars and baseball. And a little plug for Cigars and Baseball coming up September 15th, Dax. September 14th. It's coming up in September, and that's all for the Miracle League that builds baseball facilities or retrofits baseball facilities for kids with disabilities.
That's awesome.
And we know, so many organizations out there, so many people, and even in the countries where they make the cigars, there's a lot of factories that have schools or medical facilities for their employees and their families, stuff like that. There's so much of the cigar community that is dedicated to giving back and serving other people. I mean, the cigars are great, and we love sitting down with the cigars and have a drink and talk shit, but to have a chance to use this camaraderie to put it into some kind of action, that's what makes it like next level for me, at least for me, is thinking about the ways to help people who need a little extra something. So I'm all for it. I love it.
Yeah. And listen, it's like you guys too, man. You guys have a format where you're putting it out there, and you're letting brands and other people come on the show and causes, and bring awareness to the industry. And listen, it's all full circle. I've said this to Joe 1,000 times over. If there wasn't things like Google Duo, Instagram Live, Facebook Live, all these things, we have connections with people who we've never met in person before in the industry that we consider to be really good friends, and we talk to on a consistent basis, and we hang out with and do herfs and just shoot the shit. I mean, if it wasn't for stuff like this, again, the social media world, unfortunately, nowadays is very, on the monetize and shadow banning, especially when it comes to tobacco products, which is a whole nother story to get into. And I don't even want to get into the politics of that, because I think it's absolutely ridiculous, but that's just my personal opinion. But, especially when you're bringing causes to light and you're supporting things, but everybody's, for some reason that, everybody's against tobacco, and you know what, that's fine. But at the end of the day, as far as the community is concerned, the community speaks volumes. Like Cigars Rights of America, what they battle for us with the tobacco, the taxes on tobacco, and grouping us in with cigarettes and vaping and weed and everything else. And No, I don't want to get, like I said, I don't want to go, down that political route when it comes to shit like that. But at the end of the day, I mean, listen, as far as you said, like even what you guys do, and we appreciate what you guys do as far as doing, your sponsorships and bringing on brands and talking about cigars and keeping the community, the community involved. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's all about the community. It's probably one of the best communities on the planet, in my opinion. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a brand owner. That's just fact. That's me as a consumer talking to.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think it was you, Ray, that that's old school.
Nice.
Okay. So Ray, I think you were talking about earlier your mentors. Can you tell us some of the mentors that mentored you, and also some of the companies that you worked with?
I'm gonna leave that for Joe to talk about. That's Joe's area of expertise. I'm not.
Yeah, man. We don't really want to talk about our beginnings, but the last few years, we've been brought under the wing of a couple of very prominent people in the industry. Let's say that old school guys who are teaching us a lot about tobacco. You got some new school blenders that are helping us out. I really don't want to drop any names, but I will tell you.
Well, I'll drop one for you. You've
Go
done
ahead.
a couple cigars with AJ.
We have done a couple of cigars with AJ, man. He's a legend. He is a legend. He really is. Blessed beyond anything that we can, that's a dream to work with a man like that.
You know what, Joe? Let me jump back in real quick. This is what I'll say. At the end of the day, not talking about our beginnings and the things that we went through for people who do know what we've gone through, that particular stage of our brand's growth opened up the door for unbelievable opportunities and mentorship from people who were willing to take us under their wing and recognize what we were doing and what we were bringing to the table. So as far as, one thing about us, for people who don't know us, who watch you guys, is that we have always kind of, maybe it's a New York thing, I don't know, but we're kind of close to the chest with certain things. We don't like to reveal like our secret sauce, number one, and we don't like to kind of reveal, and we're not all about name dropping. At the end of the day, we do what we do behind the scenes. We do the rigorous work to get where we're at. And as far as the mentorship is concerned, we can drop fucking names left and right. I can drop names all day. I'm like, oh, this one, that one, this one, that one, this one, this one. I'm not looking for any pat on the back. Oh, that's great, you guys. And I'm not saying that anybody is, but that's just, what we do. As far as, at the end of the day, the best answer that I can give you to that particular question is that what happened to us prior opened up tremendous amount of opportunity for us, and it was a blessing in disguise going through what we went through and the leaps and bounds and the hurdles that we went through to get where we were at now. It was a huge positive for us.
Yeah. Well, so many cigar companies, and even like, how about that cigar? Even us, you look back at the earliest days of getting started, and so many companies I know, so many organizations that I know can look back to some early times where shit went wrong, where, I've made bad decisions in the past. I've made mistakes, screwed things up, that kind of thing. And I just, I have tried so hard over the years to learn from that and take it for what it is, as like a tool to teach myself what not to do and what to focus on and that kind of thing. And it sounds like you guys are in that same boat where you're like, that we learned from that. It's in the past, and we're going to take the good things we've learned and mix that with some good people who've come alongside us and are going to, put the right words in our ears and give us the right support and all that. And then just move forward, and you look back at those early days and those early, hurdles, and just laugh about it and move on.
Yeah. So
At the end of the day, too, the cigars speak for themselves, too, right?
Yes.
That's what I feel you guys
Appreciate that,
are getting
Justin.
at. You know, like the cigars
Yeah.
are going to speak for themselves. You got a good product out there. Who gives a shit whose name on it? Let the cigar speak for itself and let the people talk. You know, and that's what you guys are doing a damn good job at. So I commend you for that.
Appreciate that, Justin.
I appreciate
Immensely.
that. And like one of the lessons that we've learned is production scheduling. Right? We as a new brand, we had no idea about production scheduling, and you know, now having a constant flow of cigars hitting our local, like a local aging facility, right? We have it in New Jersey every 3 months, a constant supply. You know, we were selling out. It's a great problem to have, selling out cigars, but shops don't want that. You know, so you know, we have to have the right amount of production. We have to know when we got to increase our production. We have a cigar that's ready right now, and production of boxes is a problem.
Oh yeah.
So we have, you know, we're gonna be getting a second delivery soon, and not one cigar has left. You know, our facilities. Everybody wants them, I'm sure. You know, all we have. Right. I think our first order is pre-sold out. You know, that's going out to shops, but we had to hold it back, and that's a terrible thing to do as a small brand. You know, when you tell when we tell the cigar owner, the shop owner, that yep, we're gonna have these cigars for you in the middle of June, and I have to make that call, and my sales guys have to make that call. Well, with the boxes are delayed, you know, we're probably not gonna get it to the middle of July. You know, that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. But the cigars will have more age on it, right? So that's a great thing.
There you go.
But you know, it's rough, man. The box game is rough. I got to tell you guys that.
I've heard that from so many people especially since COVID. I've heard that from so many people. It's just boxes, bands, printing, cellophane. Yeah.
Just packaging in general. It's like and just that we're trying to release some products in another industry right now with another company I work with, and it's just the same thing. Packaging. We're waiting on this, waiting on that. It's like delays, but at the end of the day, you know, it's gonna make it. So you guys will get it.
Yeah, we had to borrow a buddy's freaking license because we didn't have all the paperwork worked out on one cigar, and it was being held. And the government wouldn't release it. They freaking moved it to a secure facility, and they were going to destroy all the cigars. And you know, and I will send a shout out to Ish. You know, Ish helped us out. I don't know if you guys know BAMF Cigars.
Yeah,
great guy. He's like, yeah, no problem. You know, he filled out the paperwork for us, showed me what we did wrong, and you know, from there we're not having any more problems. But that's a big thing. He could have been like, yo, you guys are beat. You know, I didn't make this cigar for you, but we're a small brand. I reached out for help, and he helped us, man. Unbelievable. It's no other industry.
Yeah, that's right.
No other industry.
That's right.
You know?
So I'm about to light on my second one. You guys seen this one before?
Oh,
wow, look at you.
How you doing?
Wow, OG fucking Festivus.
I told you I've been following you guys for a while.
That's an OG, the Blue Band Fest.
I'm gonna do one of these. I'm gonna do the tipping of the cap for that. That's a tip of the cap.
Yeah,
I appreciate that, man. That's a gem right there.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. Sorry, I didn't bring you guys one.
That's one of our. No, I mean, you know what? I'm glad that you brought that up because that's one of our annual releases. You know, we decided that, you know, everybody does Halloween in the industry, and nobody kind of really focuses on the end of the year. You know, it's kind of a lull in the industry as far as, you know, people are shopping for Christmas gifts and stuff like that. And the shop retailers are like, you know, it's a slow time with the holidays and the new year and stuff like that. But I got to tell you, man, that's one consistent for us that's been a home run and does very well in that market space as far as the time of year is concerned for us. And we already have, I mean, 2024's version is it's done. It's sitting and it's aging. Yeah, so it's like that's one of our projects that we absolutely love to do every single year, and every one of us is a Seinfeld fan. So that's kind of like where we came up with the Festivus. Actually, gotta give a shout out to Joe. That's Joe's baby as far as the Festivus is concerned. We're coming up with that name and the promotional stuff for it and everything else, and Yeah, man. It's let's just throw because you gotta listen to Joe in meetings sometimes because it's the fucking funniest thing in the world. Like, let's just take the clown logo and let's put a Christmas hat. Let's put a Santa hat on it. The little snowflakes, we put the little snowflakes on, and we'll just change the band every year. And it'll be the Festivus. It'll be 2024, 2025, 2026. All right, easy enough. That makes my job easier because now I don't have to worry about recycling a brand and keep doing a new band. That's great, perfect, beautiful.
Yeah,
so
Festivus for the rest of us.
Festivus for the rest of us.
That's it, man.
And you're talking to two boys who were raised Catholic. That's why.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
So,
Well, and I got to say that this this King of Clowns that I'm smoking right now is going nicely with this bourbon, and I still don't know I'm probably not going to be able to guess tonight's bourbon, but I like the fact that it's a good complementary pairing to go with the bourbon, cigar, because there's a little bit of spice, there's a little bit of that natural tobacco sweetness, and that goes with the little bit of kick and a little bit of sweetness from the bourbon. So it's really going nicely together.
this is a very special blend for us.
It's
Very
got
special.
the aroma part of it, the retrohale is just it's really nice. Like I said, a little bit of spice on the beginning of that retrohale, but then it just kind of finishes sweet and syrupy and it's really, really good.
Tell us about that blend.
Yeah, Joe, tell us about the blend.
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah, so I will tell you what's released about that blend is that's a San Andreas wrapper. It has some very special tobacco. We'll say it's from the motherland. That's all I'm going to say about that. And that's all we released about that cigar. It's the King of Clowns. We did receive an unbelievable rating as a small brand. We got a 97 on that cigar from Stogie Press.
To Boston, Jimmy.
Stogie Press. And we're getting reviews from other online guys very high. Cigar Dad, yep. We changed the Vitola of it for this year. It just seems that people in the shops don't know how to cut a torpedo all of a sudden. I don't know, but we took the we took the feedback that we received, and we just went with a straight Toro.
I have an OG. Hold on.
Yeah.
See, I don't know if you can see it with the thing. This is the OG.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, this is the first. This is version 1.
See, just looking at that cigar, I'm confused and scared. I don't know how to cut a cigar like that, but
listen, man, it's a very scary thing. It's just, but listen, we take feedback. Cigars are doing phenomenal. We actually got them into a major online retailer, and they're reordering, man, which is a great thing for us.
Hell yeah!
That's a great thing for us.
Speaking of not just online retailers, but kind of any shops in general, being that, young brands, everybody's got different strategies and approaches when it comes to making sales and getting into shops and stuff like that. So for you guys, what's your approach? What's your philosophy when it comes to building a relationship with whether it's a small town brick and mortar or it's a big retailer that has brick and mortars plus online sales? Yeah,
it's pretty easy. That like Ray said, we're fans of the old gangster movies. So I usually go in, close the shop, and we have a couple of words and say, you're going to order X amount of boxes. We're going to do.
I'm going to make you an order you can't refuse.
Yeah, we're going to make a cut and light here, and I take a few boxes off the shelf, throw them on the floor, and that's it.
That's it.
This is our spot. We want eye level, and that's it. Now, we have a different approach to shops, right? So first of all, we want to seek out shops that are boutique friendly. And a lot of shops we get are referrals from our clients or guys that have smoked our cigars and like our cigars and hand them to the shop owners or managers. They smoke the cigars. We get in contact with them, have a little conversation, tell them about our brand, what we're doing different. And then we have to see, does this shop fit into the Cigar Clowns, right? Because like I said, we're ultra boutique.
Yeah.
We need to have FaceTime. We need to know the shop owner. We need to know the shop manager. we don't want to get stuck on a wall with all the legacy brands because that's a tough sell, right? You got like here in New York, you got guys that go into a shop, they walk over to the same spot in the same humidor and they grab the same stick. They won't try anything different. So, my approach to that is let's move cigars around, and let's see how we do. We do pretty good like that too. But a lot of it is, we want to talk to their clients, smoke with their clients, and talk about our cigars, man. That's it. It's that's the way we do. We have no formal sales training when it comes to cigars or sales training when it comes to anything really. We can hustle. We're making a great product. We got a good price point. I think the King of Clowns is roughly $11 retail or $12 MSRP. Geppetto right around the same price. The Goldie was about $9 MSRP. So we try to keep our price low.
Yeah.
And source the best tobaccos that we can. A lot of the process for us is aging the cigar. As keep on going back. We're a small brand, so we're able to keep a cigar in an aging room for 9 months.
Yeah.
Most big companies don't have the storage capability or the time, the money, whatever it is, because you're sitting on money at that point, right?
Yeah.
You to turn and burn, but we're about the love of the craft, man, and that's what's different about us. And we're in some great shops. We're in I'm doing a cut and light in Pittsburgh in a few weeks, and we're in great new shop, Fat Boys, and we're in Leaf and Bean, which is Island Jim shop.
Yeah.
That's a funky, cool shop, man. There's not many brands there. It's his brand, Oscar brand, obviously, a couple little brands, but to be in that shop is a great thing. And the cigars are selling like crazy there.
Nice.
So it's a good thing, man. It's a good thing.
Are you in any shops in the Midwest yet?
The Midwest,
Chicago, Minnesota, Milwaukee.
We have one shop, but he's like a traveling shop. It's more like a mobile lounge. He's in the Smoking Buddha, Cigar Buddha.
Oh yeah.
He's in the Chicago area, but not really. We're Pennsylvania, Ohio border over there is pretty much, and we have on the West Coast.
Yeah, Midwest is tricky.
Out to the Carolinas.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Carolinas, Virginia, Connecticut, the whole Eastern Seaboard.
We're predominantly based on the East Coast. Our biggest, we got 2 shops out on the West, and then we're kind of expanding little by little. We're getting into certain places and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's predominantly on the East Coast, but and West. It's not really in the center of the country. We're working on the center of the country as it speaks.
We got a few shops in Dallas right now.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas is good. That's a big market.
That's a great
cigar
market,
town,
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really, for a cigar smoker, that's where you want to be. The Colony, Little Elm, Dallas, the Fort Worth area,
El Paso,
that whole area.
Houston.
It's just great. It's great to
Waco.
be a cigar smoker there.
Well, I'm wondering. I'm thinking.
I'm enjoying the hell out of this cigar.
Yeah,
my man.
That's
so I wish I would have known you were smoking that, because I would have told you need a hot chocolate or a Yoo-hoo or something with that cigar, man. That is
you need a Manhattan Special, really, but they don't get Manhattan Specials in Minnesota.
Lucky I have 2-3 more of these.
There you go. Yo, listen, on a nice cold, nice cool night, you have a nice little hot chocolate with that.
It's a different experience.
Oh,
it really
or
is.
like a mocha based coffee, like a hot coffee that's like mocha based. It's
or even a chocolate stout if you want to go with that.
The aroma coming off that cigar is incredible.
Yeah, man,
that's a good one.
Nice.
That is a good one.
It's got a nice. That's a decent amount of age on it at this point. What is that? Going on 4 years? That was 2020, right?
I think 2020, 2021.
2020.
Might have made
it was 2020.
No?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's 4 years.
It's got a little darkness.
Little age.
Yeah, a little age on it. Sure.
Yeah, I'm a nerd when it comes to collecting cigars. Got a couple in the house.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
None of us know about that, right?
No, we don't know.
So here's a funny story. You're talking about collecting cigars. So for me, like I have literally, and Joe can attest to this, I have one cigar from every single run that we have done. I save one.
Nice.
Okay.
Every run from the first one all the way up into the recent one. I have every single cigar, whether it's a collaboration, whether it's a fundraising stick, whether it's one of our releases, whether it's a Clown Labs release. I have one from every single run. When I'm going to smoke them, I don't know. Maybe I'll sell the whole lot because I'm sure people will pay top dollar for it at the end of the day.
That'd be good for charity.
But that's like keeping a museum, you know, just you know, for a little bit of nostalgia and all that. I like.
Yeah, you mentioned. Tell us about the cigar lounge. I mean, lab. Excuse me, the clown lab. I can't talk right now.
Yeah, Clown Labs is Clown Lab is it's a little side project we have where it's just about special limited releases. We get to play around with a lot of different tobacco, and sometimes when we got a blend, it cannot be full production for whatever reason. There's not enough of this. There's a little bit of that we're able to make, 5,000 cigars or less. We will release it on Clown Labs as just like a drop for our fans. We also drop collaboration fundraiser projects on that because you can't really raise money if you're selling the cigars to you sell them to the retailers, right? We're too small for that, and you make it 5,000 cigars. What are you going to give a company $5,000? That's not a lot of money, right? When you're trying to raise money.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, so Clown Labs is just a little project where we're blending stuff and we want to release some stuff. Man, we used to tell people get on the mailing list for that because if there's just a drop coming, it's good. It goes quick. It goes quick.
So basically, we made it as a subsidiary to the Cigar Clowns.
Yeah,
pretty much. So it's kind of like Joe said, touched on, special projects, limited releases, kind of just getting it out there to the public. Something that we if potentially there's not enough tobacco for that we want to release. It kind of falls in the guidelines of like I was talking about earlier, circling back around to like Scaramouche or Kiss the Ring that we did early last year. It's those limited runs that we think the tobacco is fantastic, but we don't have such amount to kind of get out to the retailers where we want to put out a product. So, and like the roadie stick is another one, kind of put it out to people, or it's got a special a project behind it, or it's a collaboration effort like we did with the Goldie Grace, and that's kind of like set aside from like our regular productions. Like the next stick that we're dropping in July will be a full production Cigar Clowns cigar that will go to retailers and it will be in shops.
And you have on that site they have variety packs too. So one of
the vault. We did open the vault. Yeah, the vault is.
I did my research.
Old stuff. The old stuff is there. How you doing?
A little something for the fans. I dig it.
It's a little something for the fans, man. You gotta be in the know to know. We have crash websites and we have crash credit card machines. When we used to do our drops, which was a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
The limited. We like doing the limited releases. We had a project called the 3-Ring Circus, and we did one at one of your recent past guests, Eric at OGT. He had one of the 3-Ring Circus. Another small shop in Pennsylvania, Caravan Cigar Company. They had one, and he had the best cigar in my humble opinion. And the other shop was Main Street in New Jersey. And they all sold out within a day. 2 website crashes, 1 credit card machine went down. It was great. It was great.
Yeah, I just want to take a second to give a shout out to Eric from OGT because he's probably one of our biggest supporters and has been around since the early days of the Cigar Clowns. And he is a gentleman. He's a master at his craft. His palate is unbelievable. He got an amazing shop. Myself and Danny had the privilege of going out there last year for a release party, which was an awesome experience. And great guy. Him and his wife Mallory are great people. The OGT Society, we've been featured 5 times in the OGT Society, which I think we're leading the pack as far as releases in the OGT Society for OGT, which is a huge accomplishment for us. We've been featured in this top 10 for the past 3 years. We've made the list 3 years in a row. We came in second 2 years ago. We had
2
cigars on the
cigars
list
in
last year.
the holiday, his holiday pack, which was nice.
He's a huge supporter of ours, and we have nothing but love and respect for Eric. So he's one of our favorite people in this year. Not discrediting anybody else who supports our brand, but I mean, me personally, I have a very close relationship with Eric, and he's great people. And if you definitely OGT Society is definitely the place to be at. He's a great guy, and he knows his shit.
Yeah, we loved having him on the show. He was great guy.
I started following him on Instagram, and we seen him on PCA, and I'm like, we got to get him on the show. We got to get him on the show.
Yeah.
So
I'm wondering,
is it?
I think time? Justin.
I keep telling you every week I don't have a watch.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I do have a watch, and I think it is time. It is now time for this week's Numero de los Muertos.
Dum, dum, dum.
And as always, Numero de los Muertos, brought to us by our friends at Smoke Inn.
I'm Steve here with the goat to tell you about Smoke Inn's Cigar of the Month Club. Every month, I personally handpick 5 premium cigars. Another great feature is our Double Down Club. With a simple check mark, you can get double this great selections every month and save $10. Every month, there's a special discount code where if you like any of the selections, you can get them at a special discounted rate for our Cigar of the Month Club members. We've made it super simple. All you gotta do is log into your account. There's a little green button there. If it's green, you're active. You want to take a break, going out of town, simply hit the button and you'll deactivate your membership. We get the stuff out on the 28th of every month. Our membership bills on the 28th, and we get every member's package out on the 28th if it's a shipping day. All delivered to your door for $34.95. 5 great reasons on what makes Smoking Cigar of the Month Club the best club out there. Check it out. Peace.
All right. Numero de los Muertos, episode 247. So, guys, this segment is weird, but it's our most popular segment. The viewers absolutely love it. So, basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a number. And this number is going to be a weird way that people have died. And you, along with our viewers, and Justin and Raul and Dax, are going to basically play 20 questions trying to break down what it is, the cause of death, the weird cause of death for these people. So the number is, wait, I got it right here. I promise. I swear. I've got it right here.
The suspense is killing me, man.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
All right. So the number I'll give, because I don't have an exact figure, but the figure is just over 1,500. Sorry. No, that's right. Just over 1,500.
Okay.
And this goes back to the year 2000.
So the last 4 years, 1,500 people.
No, in the last 24 years. In the last 24 years, approximately 1,500, just over 1,500 people have died from this somewhat strange cause.
Dak says the number of people that died waiting on Matt.
Scarlet fever.
David Floyd says died waiting on a podcast host to continue the show.
Wow. People coming hard with the comments on me tonight. That's okay. I can take it.
What about eaten by a shark?
No, not sharks.
Are animals involved?
Animals are not involved.
Beaten to death by a clown.
I honestly did think about trying to figure out some kind of clown related thing for tonight, but I thought that might have been too easy. So it's not related to clowns.
Okay, fair enough.
Is it like something to do with like falling downstairs or something like that?
No.
Is falling involved?
Falling is not involved.
Is it a workplace accident?
It could be.
Could be.
But it's not like directly correlated, I guess.
Elevator.
Ooh.
Not elevators.
1,500.
Lead poisoning.
Would escalator being the same thing as an elevator?
Yeah, it's not an escalator.
So David Floyd's, he says, throw some cement boots on him. Throw in the river or something, okay?
Throw him in a river.
Yeah, no?
Luca Brasi sleeps with the fishes.
There you go.
No concrete boots.
Workplace.
No animals involved. Could be a workplace.
Lawnmowers can run over by a lawnmower or something like that.
Nope, no lawnmowers.
Okay.
Are vehicles involved?
Vehicles are involved.
Well, not the Shriner Clowns, then, right?
No.
No. Oh, vehicles. They got
Mopeds.
Moped.
Not mopeds.
Not auto.
There's a lot more than that than mopeds, man. I'm telling you, they're filling emergency rooms here in
Motorcycles?
New York.
No motorcycles.
Debris falling from a building.
Nope, no debris falling from a building.
Falling off a ski lift.
Oh, that's a good one, Dax. I may have to use that in a future episode, but it's not falling off a ski lift.
Tony says land or water.
Tony asks excellent questions. These deaths occur on the water.
Ooh. Different.
Jet skis.
No jet skis.
So we're not run over by a FedEx truck on the water.
No.
So somebody getting killed by a propeller.
It's possible that could correlate with this particular cause, but not like that's not the answer.
Drowning?
That could also correlate with the overall cause, but that's not.
Are they on boats?
Yes.
Okay.
Being an idiot and going on a submersible that's not sanctioned to go underwater.
I think that was how many people were on that thing? 9?
8, I think.
Yeah. No, that's not it.
Imploded. They didn't feel it though.
No, they didn't feel a
They didn't
thing.
feel a shit.
Underwater welding.
Oh, good guess. No, that's not it.
Not deep throat from a pelican.
What the?
Yeah, the airlines are,
Submarine
something with
death.
the airlines. Something with the airlines, like
No, nothing with airlines.
Commercial fishing boat.
Some of these could be commercial fishing boats.
Okay. I used to work on one of those.
People getting thrown over for being assholes.
No.
Pirates.
No.
Pirates.
What about taking a piss off the side of the boat in the middle of the night and falling off? Nobody knowing. Shit happens out there, I'm telling you. Let's see.
So it's on the water.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with the facts here. It's on the water.
Yep.
1,500 people.
It's on a boat.
It's on a boat.
Could be. You could drown from it.
Is it one of those
Could be
like
the cause of
ferries in India that got too many damn people on it? And
No.
all right.
Stung by jellyfish or some shit like that.
Nope.
No.
All right, give us another hint.
Failed Titanic pose.
We'll say no. We did that.
We
I
did
think
do
we
that.
did that.
Yeah, we
Killed
did.
by their catch, swordfish. No.
So I'll say that it's recreational activity.
Recreation.
Scuba diving.
No, not
So-
scuba
Swimming
diving.
with the dolphins.
Skiing.
Are we on the ocean or are we on lakes?
Shark diving.
We didn't ask that. We're on the
It's-
water.
could be both.
Could be freshwater.
Could
or
be freshwater
saltwater.
or saltwater.
Getting a hook stuck in your neck and fucking dying.
No.
Yanked in the
Rough.
water.
Is it water
So
skiing?
Whitewater rafting.
It's got to be water
No.
skiing because you didn't answer.
Tony, that's what Tony says. Water.
Not water skiing.
No.
I mean, some of them
Parasailing.
could be. Some of them could be. So, all right. So here's. I'm gonna.
Not walking off the plank, right?
No. All right. So these are deaths caused by, and this is overarching. So I'll kind of get into the details, but number of injuries and deaths, and I took out the injuries part. Number of deaths caused by recreational boating accidents from 2000 to 2022. So, and this number went down a lot because the 16 years prior, there were over 2,000 people killed in recreational boating accidents. But from 2000 to 2022, the figure was just over 1,500. And let's see here. The injuries, for instance, in 2020, for example, the number of people injured in recreational boating accidents was over 3,200. And the number of people killed was about 850 in 2020.
So what is that?
What you got?
Guys fucking around?
And it could be anything from somebody falling overboard and drowning. It could be the boat sinking. It could be water skiing. It could be getting crashed into by another boat.
Oh man.
Could be crashing your boat into a dock and that, causing death to passengers on the boat.
So I would like to know what happened, the 16 years prior, because I am in the death industry. My day to day, I have the largest tombstone company in the New York City area. We need to go back to those days because I like pandemics. I like accidental deaths. I like drinking.
If they're
and driving.
crying, they're buying.
That's right. Ray knows. I'm a big advocate. Listen, everybody drink it tonight. Go out for a nice drive. Let's go. You know what I mean? It's I'm tired of feeding my kids.
Listen, I gotta
macaroni
tell
and
you
butter.
guys this real quick, real funny story. So I'm talking with Joe one day. I'm like, listen, since you're in the monument industry, I go before you. You got to tell my kids, listen, I need a mausoleum. And when I said my ex-wife, any people that I'm with, they can go outside and like the gates will like walk up to me, but I want my own. I want to be in the thing myself. Like I want my own shit. You know what I mean? Like I need to be, because you got to see this. Yo, no bullshit, guys. Like I've seen pictures and I've seen him do the work where they're like, lowering all the pieces of granite and they're building the mausoleum. It's a fucking really cool thing to see if you've never seen it before. I break his balls all the time. I'm like, put me on the family plan. I know they're a couple of, $1 million, $100,000. Like, put me on the give me a little bit of a discount. That's on saving on the side.
Throw a guy a bone, huh?
Yeah, I tell him all the time. He's in luck. They're on sale today only. So buy now, die later. So
buy now, die later. Yep.
That's it.
Well, just from a money perspective, in 2022, the total monetary damage caused by boating accidents in the U.S. was $63 million, just in 1 year.
Wow.
From boating accidents.
So, Joe, you got some of that money?
I might have. I tell you, I might have got just a few shekels of that.
Yeah, there's a few boats in the New York area. I mean, a few. So
yeah,
I had no idea, Joe. We got to talk. I had no idea you were in the death business. That we got.
Oh yeah.
You could help us out with a lot of weird answers for Numero de los Muertos. I'm gonna pick your brain, man.
There you go.
And it's about smoke in too, because that's the retailer, the online retailer. I said it's been.
I seen that earlier, but I didn't want to bring it up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
We're proud and honored to be in smoking.
Yeah, dude. He's hey, David. Even though you're going for cremation, you still need a memorial, man. So without that rock, you would never hear. I hate to tell you.
That's
you're not
right.
Steve Jobs. You're not like Nolan Ryan or anything like that. So don't worry. We can make you something for the backyard. We'll do all different things. A little bird bath or something. We'll memorialize you, bud.
There you go.
Hit me up offline. I
just want an ashtray, a granite ashtray with my name and year of birth and year of death. And
that's a fucking good idea, Joe. That's great. Put it right on top of the tombstone, so when people come to see you, you put the friggin' ash. You think that's
you put a ash in
there.
there.
Put a rock. You put a little ash.
Then at the end of the day, you throw them out, right? That's it. That's
you guys are missing
just about right for today's
you guys
generation.
Are missing the money opportunity here.
That's good. I like that.
Put your logo on it and sell that shit, and people will buy it.
Yeah, Joe. Put that on my contract. I want a cigar ashtray in my mausoleum. You come and see me, you can have a cigar and hang out.
There you go.
Like that. That's good. That's good stuff.
There you go. I'm an idea man. That's what I do. That's
great.
Dax is that. Build the ashtray into the stone is what Dax.
Oh yeah, carve it right into the top of the stone. There you go.
You ring, I bring. So that's it.
That's Joe's famous fucking saying. You ring, I bring. That's it.
Hey Ray, what do you do? What's your normal job, if you don't mind me asking?
I am a utility worker by trade. I'm a gas mechanic by trade.
Oh, right on. Right on. So
natural gas.
You've dealt with some dangerous situations before.
Oh yeah. 17 glorious years of working as a utility worker.
Yeah, I back in my construction days, I had the illustrious day where I punctured an underground gas main with a backhoe. That was good. That was a good time.
Oh, we love you guys.
I kept my job. I'm not sure how, but I kept my job.
Yeah,
We
so
love you guys.
I've moved up in my industry, and that's actually what I do on a day in day out basis now. I operate heavy machinery for the company now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
He's a
like
gas man.
that was like 30
it's my
years
mobile
ago.
it's my mobile cigar lounge. Is what I tell people.
It really is.
All right, let's.
That was.
Oh,
this
sorry.
week's-
Thank you. Thank you. That was this week's Numero de los Muertos. All right, it's time to reveal the spirit of mystery brought to us by Postania Cigars. So I'll say I do enjoy this bourbon. It's not. I'll say it's not super complex, but I think it's a nice bourbon. It's got tons of that sweetness, kind of caramel. I still get a lot of the kind of classic bourbon notes like the oak and the vanilla and that kind of thing. But I think it's super smooth. It does taste a little higher than 90 proof, but I think it's a nice bourbon. What do we got here? Elijah Craig 18 year proof. Ooh, very nice. Ooh,
Single barrel.
Single barrel. Thank you, brother. That's a nice pour. I definitely enjoy that. So yeah, if you guys find the Elijah Craig single barrel 18 year, definitely pick some of that up. That's nice.
So for you guys that don't know, you two don't know, he gets to drink my stash. I don't drink, but I got a couple bottles.
He's got the biggest bourbon collection in Minnesota. He doesn't even drink.
Awesome.
So he gets lucky. Every week I bring one in for him and he tries to figure out what it is.
Yeah.
And he's gotten like 2 out of 200.
I've guessed. No, we haven't done 200. I've guessed 2 right out of like 40 or 50. It's probably about 40 or 50 since we started doing Spirit.
I like 200. Sounds better.
Yeah, you're just trying to make me look worse.
No, it's just sometimes we over exaggerate around here.
Just like a Yankee fan, put your foot on somebody's neck while they're down.
That's right.
That's
Sure.
Squeeze.
That's all
That's
right.
the New York way.
Listen, Matt.
the New York way.
Listen. Let me explain this about Yankee fans, and I'm sure Raul can relate. Okay, there are the asshole Yankee fans. Oh, we got 26 World Series championships. You're a jerk off. Stop your bullshit. You didn't see any of those fucking World Series. You want to watch videotapes about it? That's great. At the end of the day, me personally as a Yankee fan, I've seen them in 6. I've seen them win 5. You know what I'm saying? I saw that, 96, 98, 99, 2000. They lost in 2001 to the Diamondbacks, and I've seen them in 2009. So I'm of the things that I've seen, and I talk about the things that I've seen. And being a New York sports fan in the 90s with the Knicks, even though they didn't win a championship, was great to watch. The Giants winning in 1990 the Super Bowl, and the Yankees, being that dynasty team in the early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, and my New York Giants winning their Super Bowls in the 2000s too. But they, listen. I'm a type of guy where it's like, I don't understand this. And I'm going to tell you a real quick story. So I have a good friend of mine who's a Jets fan. And when the Giants played the Patriots in the Super Bowl, he hates the Giants more than he hates the Patriots and rooted for the Patriots to beat the Giants in the Super Bowl. You're a douchebag. Let's just call a spade a spade. Let's call a spade a spade, because there is no fucking way in my life that I would, if the Dallas Cowboys played the New York Jets in the Super Bowl.
I told you, my son was a Patriot fan. I told you, my son was a Patriot fan.
But that's okay. But that's all right. I would never in my life root for the Dallas Cowboys to beat the Jets. If the Mets are in the World Series, or the Jets are in the Super Bowl, or the friggin' Islanders are in the Stanley Cup Finals, if they're a New York team, I will root for them. I'm not that guy that's like, fuck the Islanders. I'm a New York guy. Listen, as much as I love my teams, I don't hate the New York teams. If a New York team is in a final or going for a championship, I will root for that team over any other team in any state in the union. In my opinion, that's just me personally.
I agree with you there, but I do use the 27 because these fuckers got to understand. These fuckers got to understand our dynasty and how it's just in our blood.
Well, I said so last week. I think I said that the only team in professional sports that I actually hope they lose is the Dallas Stars, because they got stolen away from Minnesota back in '93. Mm-hmm. But I will say there is another team that I want them to lose every time they get on the field, and that is the Houston Astros.
Cheating bastards.
But yeah, I'm with you, Ray. It's like I live in Minnesota, but I'm a huge Green Bay Packers fan because I lived in Wisconsin for a long time.
Fair enough.
If the Vikings win and make it to the Super Bowl, I want the Vikings to win the Super Bowl.
There's no fucking way I'll ever vote for the Packers.
If the Yankees make it to the World Series, I want them to win the World Series because I'm an American League guy. So I want the I want the Yankees to win the World Series.
There's no way I'm ever rooting for the Packers ever in my fucking life.
Even if they made it
ever.
But what does it hurt you to say, hey, I want an NFC North team to win the Super Bowl?
Nope.
What if it was the Lions? What if it was the Bears?
Nope.
Listen, imagine how old school Cleveland Browns fans feel when they moved the team to Baltimore.
Yeah.
But the Cleveland Browns of today are not the Cleveland Browns. The original Cleveland Browns are the Baltimore Ravens, and the Baltimore Ravens have won Super Bowls.
Yeah, or the Indianapolis Colts fans. What about the old
Baltimore Colts? Mm-hmm.
Although that was, that was 40 years ago. Holy shit, that was 40 years ago this year. That was this year. That was 40 years that Mayflower moving truck pulled up in Indianapolis. Wow. I am old. Holy shit. Wow.
I feel you because I'll be 42 in January, so I feel you.
We're old.
I'll be 53 next month.
Yeah, we're old.
We're old. You don't look a day past 40 now. Don't worry about it.
52, brother.
You don't look a day past 40, Raul. You're good. Don't worry about it.
All right, let's jump into the lightning round brought to us by J.C. Newman Cigar Company, America's oldest family-owned premium cigar maker, creators of the popular Brick House, Perla Del Mar, Diamond Crown, and The American. J.C. Newman Cigar Company operates out of their 113-year-old El Reloj Cigar Factory in historic Cigar City, Tampa, Florida. For more information on their cigars or visitor experience, please visit jcnewman.com. All right, guys, some quick non-cigar related questions for you. Ray, I'm going to start with you on this one. If you could hear the thoughts of one living person for 10 minutes, who would it be and why?
Winston Churchill.
Ooh. Living.
Yeah, living person.
Oh, living? I thought it was, sorry. Living. That's a good one.
I like that answer, though.
That's a great answer, though.
Yeah, Winston Churchill's my guy. Living. I would probably have to say, it's not easy. That's not an easy question because there's so many people I would love to be able to sit down and listen to a conversation from. You know what? Let's keep it cigar related because I love this man. I think he is so knowledgeable when it comes to cigars. I've actually been able to have had the privilege to listen to this man speak about cigars. And I've been a big fan of the brand for a very long time. It's where I started, which is Jonathan Drew of Drew Estate. I can listen to that man talk about cigars and just the making of cigars and make up cigars and cigars as a whole in general. Because the man is so fucking knowledgeable when it comes to cigars, and I've had the privilege multiple times of listening to that man speak about cigars. So that's probably the one man that I would say that I would love to be able to listen to.
And it helps that he's a New Yorker.
That's true.
Yeah.
Selling cigars out of his trunk at the World Trade Center when he started. Fun fact if people don't know that.
Yeah, that's true. Joe, what about you?
Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a great pick.
He's fucking intelligent, man.
Yeah.
He's next level. He's a little nuts, so I can get in his thoughts.
But the thing about Joe Rogan is you don't have to wonder what he's thinking because he's gonna fucking tell you.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He might hold it back, man. He knows how to keep a conversation. He knows how to let people talk. So I like to know sometimes what is he really thinking.
Yeah.
He's got a great podcast. I love the show.
All right, Ray, if you were about to get into a fight, what would your soundtrack music be?
Oh, that's easy. Fuck. I have the song off the top of my head. Shit.
Sing it.
Fuck. I can't. Fuck. It's Big Pun. I gave you fair warning. Beware. Beware by Big Pun.
Beware. Yeah.
Beware by Big Pun.
One of the most underrated rappers of all time.
Yeah, he's underrated.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%.
A lot of the best of all time point to him as one of their influences.
Or I would say DMX.
Yeah.
Anything by DMX.
Yeah. All right, Joe, if you were about to get into a fight, what would your soundtrack music be?
It's either gonna be like fuck you, I won't do what you tell me, or fucking or
Rage
like
Machine.
a little Rage or some some classical Beethoven shit as a fucking
Oh,
cutting
there you
rye
go.
out or some shit like
Mix
that.
it up. Mix it up.
Yeah, you know, it can go either way. It can go either way. Depends on the mood I'm in.
I like it. I like it. All right, you hit him with the.
All right, Joe. This one's for
Yeah.
you. Well, for
Let's
both
go.
of you. But what's the most underrated and overrated fast food out there?
Most underrated fast food. That's a great question. I would have to say underrated. I'm not a fast food guy, even though I'm fat. Most overrated fast food would be like anything from McDonald's, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. Underrated. Damn, that's a great question. I don't know, the fucking grilled chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
I mean, those are just fucking great.
That's legit. Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's a bust for me. Womp womp. I'm sorry.
Ray, same question for you. What's the most underrated fast food and overrated fast food?
Overrated fast food is definitely McDonald's. Underrated is Five Guys.
Oh, all right. All right.
They have the best Cajun fries on the market, in my
The
opinion.
best fries. I can't deny that.
But you got to eat them
Cajun
there.
fries.
Yeah.
Cajun fries.
Yes, agreed.
You got to eat them there.
Yes.
Agreed.
You can't take
Agreed.
it
Yeah, and don't ever
Totally
order
agree.
large unless you've got like a group of 50 people with you.
And I can eat peanuts out of the shell while I'm waiting for my food. Home run. Stop.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Not even close.
yeah. All right, Justin.
All right, guys. We'll start off with Ray first. The zombies are coming.
Mhm.
Better run and hide.
Mhm.
You get to pick 3 cigar-related industry people to be on your zombie apocalypse survival squad. Who do you pick?
Easy enough. Tony Barrios of Styling Cigars, Jonathan Drew from Drew Estate, and Robert Caldwell.
And why for each of those guys?
Robert Caldwell for his knowledge. I think he would be the go-to. He'd be probably the leader of the group. Tony, because he lives in Texas and he probably has a shit ton of fucking guns. And Jonathan Drew, because he's crazy enough to want to do something out of his mind to fucking, and he'll have people follow him as far as the leadership aspect is concerned. So those would be my 3 options without question.
Nice.
Didn't even have to think about it.
I love it.
No, that was easy.
How about you, Joe?
I'm gonna say he's I'm not sure if you guys know Jake. Guy's name is Jake. He's a veteran. He's a crazy son of a bitch. I'm also gonna say I don't know, man. There's it has to be a couple guys that can outrun. Like
There you go.
maybe I would pick Jonathan Drew. No, I got love for the guy, but I think I can outrun him. Zombies coming. I can definitely out-track him. I think for a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. And I'd probably say like a real ruthless motherfucker, like Eric Espinosa.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he would throw down.
Yeah.
He makes a lot of guys' lists.
Yeah, he does make a lot of lists. He does.
Mhm.
He's
Fair
been
enough.
a popular answer.
Nah, Abe's my boy. I'd have to carry him, and I couldn't carry him too far. He's my man and everything, but I wouldn't want anything happening to Abe.
No, you gotta keep Abe safe. He's a national treasure.
That's
mean,
right. I agree with that. He's the man. He really is.
All right, let's jump into this week's notable smokable, brought to us by Don Doroteo Cigars, a brand with both purpose and passion, dedicated to creating change from within. By developing their own land, they're able to own the entire process throughout the life cycle of the plant, and they methodically carry out each step, ensuring that the final product is of the finest quality. The new Salt of the Earth lines, Piedra Viva and Piedra Angular, are available now at Don Doroteo retail partners. Visit dondoroteo.com to learn more. All right, so guys, each week we all name a cigar on the show that we smoked recently that was notable to us. Now, this could be a cigar that's been on the market for decades that we just smoked for the first time in a really long time, or a cigar that's brand new to the market that we smoked for the first time ever. And you guys both talked about the fact that you're consumers first and you smoke a lot of other people's cigars. So Joe, let's start with you. What's something you smoked recently that really stood out?
I smoked it today, 2016 Las Calaveras. I'll also throw in another cigar I smoked today, 2015 Oktoberfest. Fucking, that thing was a banger as well.
Nice. Yeah,
Should I throw in a third that I smoked today or no?
Absolutely.
the Heisenberg by Coseda.
Oh yeah,
That's an oldie. I think that was like 2014. I went to a shop last week, and they had so many hidden gems, man.
Nice.
I walked out with a lot of boxes.
Ray, what about you? What's something you smoked recently that stood out to you?
My favorite cigar from this year is the El Pupo.
Okay. I've heard a lot of good things about that.
Unfucking believable, that cigar. Unbelievable. Yeah. Unbelievable. In every aspect.
Quite a few people who've said that cigar is...
If you have not smoked that cigar, you need to purchase it if you can find it, because it's very limited at this point. That cigar was phenomenal. It's one of my favorites this year.
Okay, nice. Justin, what's your notable this week?
I think I'm getting it right, but I stopped by Stogies on Grand last week, and hot afternoon day. I just wanted to like a good Connecticut. I never go by Connecticut in the store usually, but I picked up a Henry Clay Warhawk. I haven't had one of those in a long time, and I'm like, I could buy a box of those.
It's a good cigar
every day, and they're not too expensive.
Good price,
solid stick that I haven't had in a couple of years, and I was like, I need to get some more of these.
Yeah, definitely.
Run out of Connecticut's in my stuff.
That's one of those good budget Connecticut's, man.
Yeah,
absolutely. What about you?
Mine is Stolen Throws Cook of the Crown Corona.
Oh, okay.
That fucker hits.
Yeah.
It hits nicely.
That Corona size, man. That's
it's my favorite Vitola.
That's where it's at. That's where it's at. My notable, I went back in time, and I mean it's not like crazy super old, but the JSK Jasum Crawl Red Knight Robusto that I bought at the Ristafari event in 2016.
Wow.
And man, those things, they age well. That Habano wrapper, they age well. And that Robusto size, I mean, as much as I'm like a thin ring gauge guy, that 5x50 is just it's on the money. And now with 8 years of age on it, the thing is they're smoking nice. So that's definitely my notable this week.
Nice.
All right, let's do coming attractions. Stuff we have coming up on the show in the next few weeks. And it is brought to us by our friends at Hoagland Insurance. At Hoagland Insurance, they're excited to serve and educate any new customers and give existing customers a refresher. Whether it's a business policy, auto insurance, home policy, or life insurance, if you are currently insured or just looking for a quote, Tony Hoagland and his team would love to create a personal price plan just for you. Mention How About That Cigar when you make your first appointment, and Tony will have a free cigar just for you. For more information, please call 763-421-4900 or visit ChamplinInsurance.com. All right, guys, in the next few weeks, here's what we have for you. Next week, I got to scroll down. There we go. Next week on the 17th, Raul has this really cool show idea, so I want you to talk about this a little bit for a second.
So next week, we're going to have Paul Wood from Luciano.
Yeah.
And we're going to have his wife on with him, so they can talk about the dynamics of him being in the business, how it affects her and the family. And what brought the idea is I hit 25 years next week with the wife.
Yeah.
Anniversary. So
congratulations.
I'm like, thank you. So I thought it'd be a great way to a new spin on our show.
Yeah, I think it's a really interesting idea, because there's so many people out there, whether they're brand owners or salespeople or shop owners, how does the cigar industry how do you work that dynamic through your relationship with your wife and that kind of thing? I think it's a cool concept, so I'm excited to talk to them on the show. I think it's going to be cool.
That's cool.
And then on June 24th, we have Coleman Fine from Sinistro Cigars for his first appearance on How About That Cigar Live. Very excited for that. And we have, of course, more cool stuff coming up in the month of July, August, September, and so on and so forth. So stay tuned for that. So Ray and Joe, guys, first, thanks so much for being on the show.
Appreciate you, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us, man. We appreciate it. Honored to be on the show.
And thanks for the cigars too. We appreciate
those. Much appreciated.
Yeah, man, absolutely. We appreciate that you appreciate our brand, and it's an honor and a privilege to be sitting here with you gentlemen on a Monday night.
Absolutely. If you guys would please give our viewers and listeners an idea, where is the best place that they can keep up with everything you have going on?
So you can go to our Instagram page, Instagram handle at Cigar Clowns, our Facebook group, Cigar Clowns, and our website, which will be relaunching probably next week, cigarclowns.com.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Well, guys, thanks so much again for being on with us. We appreciate learning about you, learning your stories, learning about your brand, and keep up the good work. And just keep fighting the good fight, brothers. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Appreciate
All
you
right,
guys. Thank
viewers
you.
and listeners, guys, thank you so much for being with us here on How About That Cigar. We appreciate it, as always, for you being here on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Instagram. And, of course, for our audio podcast listeners, so grateful for you listening to How About That Cigar when you drive down the road or work out, whatever it is you do when you listen to your audio podcast. Thanks for making How About That Cigar a part of it.
Can we make this show a little longer? I don't want to go back to work.
You don't want to go. Oh, I'm sorry. You got to go back to work. But while you're on your way back to work, you shouldn't. When you get back to work, you should click on the buttons. Click on the subscribe button.
I'll smash the hell
Smash
out of
all those buttons. Like, follow,
subscribe,
the bell, all those things.
Yes.
Click on all those buttons, as should
We
you
appreciate
wonderful viewers and listeners. We appreciate that so much. If you guys have questions for us, you can email us on the website, howaboutthatcigar.com. Follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You'll find us at HBT Cigar. And of course, until we see you guys next time, burn cigars,
not bridges.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Any comments, opinions, viewpoints, or statements presented or uttered by guests on the HBTC podcast, HBTC live video streams, and all other media from HBT Media LLC are solely those of the individual and do not necessarily represent the opinions or viewpoints of How About That Cigar or its parent company, HBT Media LLC, any of our advertising partners, or the premium cigar industry. The primary purpose of How About That Cigar is to entertain and to encourage activity and growth within the community of people who enjoy or want to learn about the enjoyment of premium cigars.